Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Breach once more. I'm going to be showing you a few quick tips and tricks on how to play him on Bind and get your best possible results so that you can rank up fast. But before we get to that, I'd like to take just a moment and remind you guys to, if you like what I do, leave the video with a like, check out some of my other content, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, check out my live stream every Tuesday and Saturday nights. Let's jump right to attack. You're in the showers and you're going towards the A site. Your most useful utility here is going to be your flashbang grenade, because using your fault line is just not reliable, considering it only does a slim line, and your flash grenade actually hits a whole area anywhere that they're looking. The most important thing to remember while using your flash grenade is not to shoot it low. If you shoot it low down here, people are a lot less likely to get flashed by it. It's also more likely to get blocked by walls or corners if people are peeking high angles like Heaven. So you want to use it high and in an area that the majority of people can see, but you also want to make sure that you're not putting it behind anybody. So you have to worry about the boxes around the corner here. With that in mind, put it probably right along the line of this little orange tiling here. Make sure it's up high, and then you can flash bang out. What that's going to do for you is it's going to give you a good peek onto Heaven to see if you can get that fight, and it's also going to stop anybody from the side corner here from peeking you. Still on the A site, if you're attacking mid, there's a lot of different angles to cover. So I'd like you to start out with your fault line, and you're going to shoot it towards U-Hauls. This is going to cover actually two different angles. One, if they're pushed up on boxes, and two, it's going to cover U-Hauls as well. So if you stun here, peek, you can take that fight. That gives you the ground to move up to the boxes. Do not peek around them carelessly because Heaven can see you. So what you do there is you bring your flashbang out and you want to get it just on the tip of this box facing towards the site. This flash is going to get default, the boxes here if they're peeking this direction, and Heaven as well. Moving on to attacking the B site. Remember the most important thing I said in my previous Breach video was the fact that Breach is a very aggressive character. That doesn't mean that you have to be the one being aggressive, though. It's perfect for setting your team up for aggression as well. So while you're going towards hookah, you don't have to be the one pushing in. Your fault line can cover almost the entire room, nearly guaranteed everywhere that people actually hide, and stun them up. That way your teammate can move in and take an optimal fight. Unfortunately, your stun does not last long enough that you'll be able to make it in there and get a good fight. By the time you get in there, they're going to hear you coming, their stun's going to wear off, and they'll be ready for it. If you want to take hookah alone, which is honestly, in my opinion, never really a good option, you're going to use your flashbang. You're going to come right up into here, and once you get to here, you don't want to peek this corner yet because they could be hiding right there and get a good angle on you. So you want to come up to the corner, get your flashbang ready, right on the side of the wall here. Don't hit the corner or it's not going to go where you want it to be. So make sure you're looking off to the side. That way it goes into the room. Remember, you want it up high. Pull it, and you've got your flash. You can check all the corners and behind the box. From the hookah position, you've got multiple things you can do based on how much map control your team has. If your team still needs to take over garden on long B, you can easily flash into gardens and help them get there, or you could use your stun towards the teleporter as well. Most of the time, if you're able to get hookah though, you're going to already own that garden area. So from this position, people like to hide behind the boxes, they like to hide in the CT spawn rotation, and they like to hide in the elbow. Your best bet for this is actually to set your stun up high and to the right. If you put it up high and to the left, you're going to be missing the flash on your boxes more often than not, and it puts it at a little bit tougher angle to flashbang elbow. So you want to put up high and to the right because they're going to be seeing this angle no matter where they're at. Going towards long B, I honestly feel like Riot set this spot up a little bit for Breach's kit specifically, because as you can tell, there's this tiny little lip here that doesn't really serve much of a purpose. So realistically, the first thing that comes to my mind is, hey, that's a corner. So if you just aim up high here, you pop your flashbang, and you're going to flash anybody peeking the long angle. After you're able to push up almost to the orb on B long, don't peek the corner just yet. It's pretty common for people to be hiding way back here in this corner as well, around the edge there. So what you can do about that is you can line up your fault line to cover both sides of that little cubby corner there, where they're safe from hookah, but have a good angle on long. Now from here, there's two more spots that you want to worry about. primarily that people will be hiding. For one, they like to hide in this little cubby here, and you can easily use your C or your aftershock ability to shoot through that wall. And in a similar situation, they like to hide behind the boxes, so use your aftershock ability there. And then don't forget to be ready to take a fight, because they're going to be forced to peek at that point. From there on out, it should be pretty easy to take your fight on elbow if there's somebody there with a flash grenade, or you can even take a fight towards CT spawn, flashing just outside of the metal container. Blinding. The A side on Bind gives you a couple really good spots to use your Aftershock or your C ability on Breach. One of those spots is going to be here defending showers. Normally people will like to hide just right behind this wall right here. So if you know that they're there, a great time delay is to set up your C not directly forward, but at a good diagonal angle here. Of course, if you're looking to peek into showers and really take a fight, your best way to do it is always going to be just shooting a flash grenade. You shoot it high and close because that's going to give you a good peek right through the doorway, but this will not allow you to go around the corner, so don't get ahead of yourself. Another good spot to use your aftershock on the A site is right on the other side of these boxes here. And the nice part is you can do it from so many safe angles. So as you can see here, you're still safe from both sides of mid, and it's getting behind the box. And you can rotate that all the way around to about here. And you're still able to get that aftershock all the way through and hit anybody behind the boxes. As soon as you know that people are moving up, if you're feeling really confident, flash through this box just like you do on offense and take a peek in, or even just a shallow peek to get in this cubby. Now, if you're really confident about the fact that they're moving up and you're over towards U-Hauls, it's great for your ultimate. They're absolutely trapped in this area and you can get an amazing stun off. My favorite thing that you can do with Breach on Bind is while defending and you're in hookah, straight from the get-go, I like to just throw a curveball and be a little bit aggressive here. You can throw your flash grenade up top here and peek the corner. Now here at Belong, one of the big things to remember is that you get to the peeking angle before the attackers do. It gives you a really good advantage, especially if you're using an op or something similar. With that in mind, if you're not an opper, but you're still playing Breach on defense and Belong, what I suggest you do is take a late peek. You let them have control of Belong, and then after a couple seconds, when you know that they're trapped and can't get away from it, you can flash right through the wall here and get a great peek on them. If you're playing elbow here, what you can actually do is set up your fault line ability to go all the way down Belong if you hear them moving up it, and then you just have your teammate in garden peek the corner for you. Once again, don't try and do this as a solo maneuver because it's way too far from where you're starting the stun to actually get to the enemies and peek them. But if you are at a spot further back, like CT spawn here, you're able to throw some good flash grenades towards garden to help your teammate out. In a similar situation on the A site, if you're playing from heaven in a further back spot, you can actually do both the flashbangs I was talking about earlier, whether you're flashing towards bathrooms or you're flashing towards the mid connector. My biggest regret for Breach on Bind is the fact that the teleporters are such a great utility, but he doesn't really make great use of them. Your Aftershock isn't big enough to really kill anybody inside of them or take advantage of the fact that they're trapped in there, and you can't shoot anything through them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below and leave a comment about what you'd like to see in the future.